Has anyone noticed that ever since, like, we hit the graphical fidelity level needed to render facial hair, everyone has fucking facial hair in these games? Um,
Well,
just
that was
me?
a big thing as far back as like the PlayStation though,
PS2.
because
Well,
like,
more so PS2.
but like, no, I remember John brought up something about like Tekken 3 screenshots, and it's like, oh my gosh, Paul has stubble, and it's like so advanced and crap.
It had to be very deliberate on a not quite as advanced looking game comparatively. Like you could
Well,
like fighting games back around that time period always kind of looked better than most normal games because you really only had to focus on the character models.
or at the very least, the renders would get more advanced than the
Yeah.
in-game models. Because that was always kind of a thing I found weird about the original Metal Gear Solid is that, the prologue cutscenes where Snake is getting briefed by Colonel, he clearly has a stubble. You don't see no such thing in his model. It's clean.
Maybe he shaved before
But
going out. I don't know.
maybe, yeah, it probably is just so he could look more like Liquid. But Metal Gear Solid 2, he's got the full-on stubble and beard. So
You see, I never thought that Liquid and Snake looked anything close to each other.
well, because I think it's implied that Snake dyed his hair and clean and shaved his face so that he wouldn't get confused.
Yeah,
from Liquid.
in the briefing scene from the original game, he starts off with long hair, and he, like, at the very end, he, like, gets some scissors and starts cutting his hair off. But
But he doesn't
in
have long hair in the original Metal Gears, though. So take that constant question.
Well, in the original one, he looks like what's his name from Terminator?
Mel Gibson.
Mel-
No, no, okay. In the first Metal Gear, his model was clearly based off Kyle Reese.
Yeah.
In Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, on the original MSX version, he was modeled after Mel Gibson from Lethal
Anyway,
Weapon.
in order to solve this puzzle, you need to make a 7 with the axe. See?
I get it, because it's Resident Evil 7. Oh, man.
And your reward for that is a stabilizer, a reload speed upgrade.
Now to jam it into my arm. Ow.
Should probably jam it into the stitching area so it goes directly into the bloodstream.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Jesus Christ.
That'd actually be one of the worst places to put an injection because you have like basically no
Yeah,
fat or
something but
tissue
skull
there.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
something but skull.
Also, it would probably shoot straight through the blood-brain barrier if you did get it far enough, and, like, screw up
Your skull's pretty fucking thick, though.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's the
yours
thing.
is, John. Gosh.
Yes, I am thick-headed.
Why am I holding on to the... Put away the old shotgun, you don't need it.
No, I really want this model gun.
Oh, the broken handgun, right. I'm getting that because I think the...
You do this too, where it has to be organized.
How long do all of you guys spend on your Resident Evil 4 inventories?
It must be perfect.
No, I'm a mess.
Because I was streaming that on my own personal Twitch channel around October, and I remember that I spent like a good 10 minutes organizing it, and then I died. Like.
So you had to
before
do it all
saved.
over again.
Yeah, so I had to do it all over again, and it's the worst.
I only organize when like 90% of my attaché is herbs.
Anyway, our experiment. Can trespassing idiots solve puzzles? The final episode in the life of Clancy Jarvis. Clancy Jarvis? I thought his name was Clancy Jarvis.
The most unfortunate man in the
The
world.
most unfortunate bastard to walk the face of the earth. Yeah, I thought his name was Clancy Jones. Clancy something. Huh. Jarvis, apparently. Okay. Whatever.
This short? Well, you can't fake this.
Wait, did he...
That is a face for radio,
Did
Lucas.
he bind Clancy with twist ties?
Yeah.
He did.
It's gonna be fun.
Punch him in the face, Clancy.
Or not.
If his hands are tied, he's gonna have a little bit of
Well,
no,
no,
they were untied at that point.
Yeah, you just cut them off.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so this basically just acts as a solution to the puzzle you'll eventually encounter yourself.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no one tells Clancy the solution.
Well, the solution doesn't exist until
I'd really like to make
he
you out of
fails.
this room alive and not die a horrible, painful death. I know. It's a temper.
I've heard light novels that are longer, Lucas.
I'd really like to make it out of this room alive and not die a horrible, painful death. Isn't that a little redundant? Yeah, anyway. In order to get the puzzle going, you have to take this thing out of the barrel. But what happens is the barrel starts leaking oil all over the room.
I just want to know what's stopping him from, just rolling the barrel onto its side so it stops leaking.
It's probably too heavy.
Yeah, because all you gotta do is just, tilt it on its top. I mean, I know it's a round barrel, but still.
It's heavy, it'll stay there.
It's worth the shot.
It's probably too heavy. But, the thing is, the moment you take that thing out, you've basically killed yourself. Because the goal is to light this candle and get it to the other room and light the candles on the cake. But the cake is a bomb. So the moment it blows up, it ignites the oil. When you get here as Ethan, your goal is to solve the puzzle and trigger the bomb without triggering the oil. And you need to use the gas stove here. Yeah, you are right. The ovens here are gas ovens. Gas
And
stoves.
on your second playthrough, you don't have to watch this tape at all if you don't want to, right?
You don't have to watch it to get it, but
Well, you don't have to watch it at all, yeah.
There is a trophy associated with completing the puzzle in the tape in a certain amount of time, I think. So, but that's really just a matter of. Oh yeah, this is.
I like how they don't even let you try to brute force it.
Yeah, in the tape, you Clancy's just like, I don't know the password, so I can't actually do it.
I can't do it.
But yeah, if you know the
So
password,
he won't even try since he doesn't.
Yeah.
he won't even try. But as Ethan, you can try, and if you know the password.
James, we need you.
Ew.
Oh, I don't. James. Does James Sunderland just have a class on this or something?
Anyway, yeah, the telescope is dirty, and if you try looking through it, well, the lens is all clogged up. You want to know?
So then I reached my hand into some butt juice, pulled out a telescope.
And then I immediately put it to my eye.
Yeah, without even cleaning it or wiping it.
In order
It's
to
okay.
clean
I'll
it,
wash my hands afterwards.
in order to clean it, you actually have to equip it and put it to your eye and walk through the water. Just,
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it cleans the
This
telescope.
game's weird.
Yeah.
Butt juice be gone.
It's still dirty on the thing, though.
Yeah, the model's still dirty, but anyway, yeah, that reveals the combination.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, weird thing in fetus. Weird password, but okay.
That reveals the password to this thing. So, hanged woman, bell, and fetus. That's,
I like to think it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, that's what it looked like, because it looked like the
Yeah,
thing was
it does look like Leatherface holding up the chainsaw.
really? Okay.
I mean, it did to me, so.
Also, I like how the blue fire and the stove is clearly just like miniature little models.
Oh, it's the Wicker Man.
Man, Lucas gave me the finger.
Just hear him over the PA. Boo! Fucker, we're skipping straight to the explosion.
Anyway,
Lucas, you're not giving me much choice.
this
I'm
is
going to
another
what
thing
I
you
look
don't
like
have to
here.
do as Ethan. Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
Well, it looks like, Clancy, it looks like you've just been nailed. Okay, I kind of deserve that, Lucas. You're right on that one.
Man, when they said the pen is mightier than the sword, they weren't kidding.
Enough, Clancy.
I got 30 more, Lucas.
Just solve the goddamn puzzle, boy!
Anyway, now that we have the finger and the quill, we can get the password. And yeah, this is another thing that you don't have to do as Ethan. So,
I've gotten desensitized to killer clowns, Lucas.
Lucas left the tape lying around and then was surprised when someone found it and solved his puzzle by cheating. But, yeah, once you put the finger and the quill in, this fucking happens.
There's no way this animatronic is strong enough to hold him there.
Yeah.
Haven't you played Five Nights at Freddy's, Ryan?
That's haunted animatronics, though.
Loser. Loser.
I mean, let's be fair. This isn't the silliest thing Resident Evil was trying to pull on us, though.
No.
Wait, did he write loser on his arm?
Yes.
Wow.
Which is the password to this thing.
That's just petty at this point.
Fappy.
It would say loser, but considering you came in third, Lucas, that makes you just the second loser.
Yeah. The pot calling the kettle black. I thought it said herf. Not here. Oh, so he can't spell either.
Valve handle, dude. I'm gonna hand you on Steam. Clancy.
Well, I mean, a lot of people did go off the handle when they realized that Half-Life 3 is never coming out.
Clancy.
You could just kill me, you know.
Get the real test is Lucas' patience. Like for these horrible puns and jokes.
Oh, so I'm gonna light up the room again, Lucas? I see you too couldn't access public domain. Sorry, Lucas, I don't smoke.
I'm older than 4, you know. Just saying.
Okay, I'm ending this right here, right now.
Oh, Jesus. Now here's the real question. How on earth did the camcorder and the cassette tape survive this?
Yeah, is he wearing a GoPro?
He actually bought the insurance plan? You know, Lucas, I thought that my puns were pretty fire too, so I can't blame you.
I am so glad that this is over.
And that's the end of...
And the tape ends. He's like, oh, I can't wait for episode 2.
That's the end of the most unfortunate bastard to walk the face of the earth.
Happy birthday!
Is it actually his birthday or no?
No, it's his unbirthday.
No, I don't think so. Jesus Christ.
The load times before and after the tapes can be pretty long, especially in the vanilla.
Yeah, that's one thing I will give, again, just to not really talk about it too much, but Resident Evil 2 Remake has damn good load times, considering it's just one, not even a very long front load time. It's pretty seamless otherwise.
Yeah. Well, Resident Evil 7 has decent enough load times as well. It's just the tapes that have to load other areas of the game that,
Yeah, they can't mask any of the... Like, a lot of games will background load this kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
if you're loading a completely new area, you can't do that kind of shenanigans.
Yeah.
So you have to do it the normal way, pretty much.
There are a few cassette tapes in the Resident Evil 2 Remake, but they're just video files.
I'm more inclined to the idea that Ethan's taking the time to actually rewind the tapes before heading out. I was always told, be kind, rewind.
Just out of habit.
He
Yeah.
must be really old if he remembers that, though.
It might also be that the tape rewinds itself automatically and he just lets it go.
I mean, to be fair, Ted, you're mid-20s and you remember that.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's basically, if you remember Be Kind, Rewind, you're basically just a functioning adult.
Okay, let's put... Okay, so since we're including me here, let's just put the word adult there. How about that?
Fair enough.
Just to be fair. Or accurate is probably the better way to put it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's a thing.
What are you looking for? Oh, just going over the box.
I don't remember.
Do any of the Resident Evil games limit the box's space?
Actually, yeah, technically they've had limits since the first game, but the limit was so high that you basically would only ever reach it if you were hoarding items like a pack rat and not using anything.
And you never stacked anything. You just basically put everything in the box the instant you got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's one of those you're never going to actually do unless you're actively trying to.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of one of those things like in Paper Mario. There's technically like a 32 key item limit, but it's just never reachable unless if you glitch the game, pretty much. So.
This is a commentary channel, Lucas, not a Let's Play channel.
This is the perfect thumbnail.
Oh, are we going Astro Bowling?
Oh, we called that,
bowling.
yeah, cosmic bowling.
I deliberately I deliberately.
You're gonna make that the thumbnail, aren't you?
Yeah, I deliberately, put that perfectly in frame so that I could make it the thumbnail, and then realize,
Yeah.
damn, we have a template that covers that.
Just
one
make
corner.
sure part 8 goes live before 7.
I'm sorry about that.
This is a nice CRT. We can play Melee on this.
Why would you ever want to play? No, never mind.
Don't open Pandora's box.
You can send your complaints to Lewis. P.O. Box, do not actually send these complaints to Lewis.
Someone's probably gonna go on a rant about how CRT has less delays or whatever, and I'm like,
That's exactly why they play it Melee on.
Well, yeah,
CRTs.
that's just fact.
You know what this is for?
no.
You know what Zoe wants to do with this?
I really don't care, Lucas.
Is it for some voodoo magic? It looks like it could be for voodoo magic.
She thinks this thing is special. No, Ethan. That ain't special. This right here is special.
I mean, we called that the short bus back when I was a kid, Lucas.
Ethan,
What the
everybody
fuck?
wants to
He's
cover
pulling his nails out.
Yeah, but why?
Because he'll regrow.
The show is healing.
He'll regrow them. Yeah.
show him.
I thought that he was not, what's this called, though? Infected, is the thing.
Well, he still hears her.
No, I'm talking about his healing. Like, why is
Oh no, he still is. He's just under control. Not.
Oh, he's not. So he has, like, the positive effects of it, but not the negative effects of it.
Yeah.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah.
Positive and massive quotes there.
When you fight him in Not a Hero, he does still turn into a mutant monster. So.
Rotten house. All you want looking for them ingredients, but you ain't gonna find a goddamn
One thing I will say they did a really good job on is Lucas's face model, because he is creepy.
You're gonna have to come through me.
Sorry, Lucas, I don't swing that way. God damn it, another one.
It's nice that they made, like, they were able to model just like a normal ugly person, I guess is the thing. Because most of the time when you've got people in video games, they're either, attractive people because that's just kind of what people want to see in their fiction, or they're like grotesquely, cartoonishly ugly. Whereas Lucas just kind of looks like a normal,
Below
not
average
very
guy.
attractive person.
Middleman, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that for the characters in this and the Resident Evil 2 remake, they're just modeling people's actual faces with face scan or something.
Probably, yeah. Or at least using them as a basis, I would have to imagine.
Anyway,
Now we have tripwires.
you remember Resident Evil 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's how you break barrels.
Well, now we have tripwires.
You can't shoot them, though.
You
Well,
see,
you can, it just won't end well.
I've kind of always found it sort of funny how most of the Resident Evil games past 4 have tried not to reference 4 as much as possible, considering that it's still probably to this day the most popular one. I mean, granted, I know that it doesn't really fit in anywhere with the other games, but it's just something that always surprised me is that they didn't try to make the stuff from that game more important in the grand
Now that I
scheme.
think about it, the only reference to 4 and 5 is a throwaway line from Chris,
Yeah.
like in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and like I think like there's a little bit more in 6 because Leon's a playable character. In that,
In
but-
Resident Evil Vendetta, the reason that the other characters go looking for Leon is because he knows about the Los Illuminados cult. So they go
What's
hunting.
Resident Evil Vendetta?
It's the
One
third
of the
CGI
movies.
movie.
Okay, are those considered canon or?
Yeah, they are. You can absolutely shoot the wires, but you have to angle yourself so that you hit the detonator. You can't shoot the wire itself like you could in 4. When you start shooting them, Lucas
I always
starts
like that.
commenting
The
on
idea
it.
of the bullet tripping the wire, because your aim is that precise.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, it would work.
Yeah.
As long as it broke the wire, then yeah. Or even like I don't think you even really have to break a trip wire. You just have to disturb it enough to set off the mechanism.
Yeah.
Ethan, that is not what I put those things there for.
Does it look like I care, Lucas? I would like to happen in a game where you have one of these intercom moments where they're just taunting you, and the player character has the option to just, retort constantly and annoy him back. Kind of go like all Terry McGinnis on Return of the Joker.
Now, Ethan, I know you're shouting something over here, but I'm actually in a safe room 3 miles away and can't really hear you right now.
What do you fight for, comrade? My past, I suppose.
They have
Okay,
good
that's-
things in them.
Now, this is a devious trap, but Lucas bombs some of the crates. If you know which ones
Yeah.
explode ahead of time, you don't have to waste bullets, but from here on out, you're probably going to want to start shooting them if you're playing blind.
It's a very rude awakening when I found the first one that exploded.
Yeah.
Is it an insta-kill? Or
No, it's just,
No, it just
it
hurts.
just hurts like a motherfucker, yeah. I almost walked into that one, but I remembered it was there at the last second. You need to duck into that one to shoot it. I do recommend shooting all of the wires down, because eventually you're going to want to backtrack to look for stuff. Like, I got
111, 111.
Okay.
111.
1, 2.
The cool thing about this panel is that it uses the old Resident Evil menu sound effects when you're scrolling through the numbers.
0621.
111, 11.
No, it's 0514.
1112.
There is no password until you find the password.
Oh, okay, so you can put in the right password and it won't work? Or is it randomized?
There is no password until you find the password.
Okay.
It's the same password, but I think Lucas rigged it to not work because he wanted that to happen.
That was a trap, Lucas. Really?
That took way too long to actually hit me.
Yeah.
This is me trying what I thought the other password might be. Just switching a few numbers around.
Is the password password? Dang it.
0000.
Eh. 0001. Eh. Okay, I'm just gonna let you in right now. We're not doing this.
You see, what I would probably do if I were doing one of these things, I would set it to be like 0024 or something like that, because by that point, most people probably would have given up just putting in numbers blindly, and then they would have actually tried to look for a real password.
I would have gone a little over 50 just to be sure.
Good point. Or like 106 or something, because if you get to 100, then you're not going to keep on going.
One shot for 2 crates. Nice.
It's a good thing that chem fluid didn't disintegrate in the explosion.
Oh, it was in,
rupture.
it was in a plastic bag, so.
Yes, because plastic is explosion proof.
Well, an explosion, when you think about it, is just an outward.
Expulsion of heat.
Yeah, well, not even just necessarily heat, just pressure.
I'm just saying, plastic bags are not known for their sturdiness.
Well, considering the explosion had to go through effectively 2 crates and a plastic bag, it'd probably be okay.
The upgraded handgun is pretty nice for taking out the hoppers. Well, why am I saying upgraded? The better handgun.
Yeah, you don't upgrade guns in this game. You just get better ones.
Yeah.
Is there a new game plus in this game of any
Yes.
sort? There is? Okay.
Well, not entirely accurate. It's more you can just keep whatever things you did to yourself.
Oh, okay.
Because if you started out with a shotgun, you could just break the game.
Okay, but you can keep your health and
Box stuff.
yeah, like what's that thing called in Resident Evil 4?
What?
You know what I'm talking about, like the thingy that adds a counter to your file.
Just
I-
new,
Oh,
just new game plus, really.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
the typewriter?
Yeah, like the new rounds. That's what it's called. Next
Yeah.
round.
Oh yeah, next round.
Another antique coin.
Off to Zoe's truck I go. God damn it, Ethan.
Then he just starts making rounds with, where the hell's it
I
going?
should mention that starting from this point, the game gets pretty linear.
Yes.
And, as a result, a little less fun than it's been up until this point. But not as linear as some people make it sound. One of the things worth mentioning is that after you get done with the flashback sequence on the boat and go through the boat again in the present day, your time on the boat is more explorative than the flashback sequence. Flashback pretty much exists to familiarize yourself with
With the
where
boat and
things
all.
are on the boat. And, ooh, ow.
How did you miss?
Dude, I'm right here. I'm right here, stupid bastard.
Please don't hit me.
I'll harm you. Okay. You can't get through the door.
Eventually.
Okay, alright, the Mulder confirmed the aliens from Signs. They can't get through wooden doors.
You're not even worth killing.
Well, no, you might as well kill him because he's going to keep following you.
That it's just the principle of the thing. You already put like 3 bullets into it
Might as well
already.
finish the job.
It's called
yeah.
That's called the
Yeah.
sunk cost fallacy, John. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You agree. All right. Shit.
No, we know, but it's just one of those things you feel like you have to do because otherwise.
Yeah, it's just I have to.
it's like
You made me waste bullets.
I might as
You're
well,
gonna die.
I might as well finish this. I might as well finish the
Yeah.
job.
I kept missing the headshots, though.
Yeah, you use a lot of bullets on this thing. Well, it is one of the beefier ones, so.
I don't think he's using enhanced bullets anymore.
No, but it is one of the beefier ones. I mean, he has more than enough.
I'm like, fuck, die already. Just
His
kick
head
it.
keeps flailing from side to side, and it's like, oh, Jesus.
You're out of. Are you really? Not going the Resident Evil 4 method.
Die,
Oh, you.
zombie mold.
Oh, you died.
He got me. Jesus. Fuck.
MVP. MVP. MVP.
Of all the things to kill you, I didn't think it would be that one.
Then the mold goes to Lucas. It's like, I want to raise.
Man, that was embarrassing.
You're not,
I laughed.
You're not gonna. You're not gonna. Good. Just use the shotgun. You have more than enough bullets for it.
You die first.
I hope.
Damn.
You seem to get caught in a moment where you forget to reload, so it's too late.
It's the super shotgun. It only carries 2.
Anyone
Is
else
there a
want
shotgun
some?
with more ammo in it?
The base shotgun does carry more ammo, but it lacks the firepower. Which, if you're using the shotgun, you're using it for the firepower.
Yeah.
Because any shotgun takes a while to reload and doesn't have a lot of bullets anyway, so...
Both of the repaired guns have lower ammo capacity than their...
But higher power.
Yeah.
Which in this sort of game, I value power above all else. Because bullets are a scarce resource, so I want to get as much power out of them as possible.
Yeah. Very much so. Man, those are some lovingly rendered stacks of hay. It's too bad this environment is kind of bleh. We're in the barn, and there is a thing worth mentioning that like all of their livestock died off pretty early on.
To the mold infection.
I'm not sure if it was the mold infection or they just went crazy and killed them all.
Yeah, it's like either that or just lack of maintenance.
I'm pretty sure it is that they went crazy and killed them all, actually.
Yep, real box. Ooh, strong chem fluid.
Now, does that make the enhanced bullets?
Makes
or
the
just
enhanced
chem fluid
bullets
in
or the
general?
full heal items, yeah.
What do you tend to go for in these kinds of games? Do you tend to go for making the chem items or the
When it's
healing
bullets.
items or the
when it's a limited resource game kind of like this, my thought tends to be that I go for what I'm low on at any given time. Like,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
In this case, I think I went for burner fuel, actually.
It varies a lot, because certain games will value some things more than others. I tend to use this for ammunition, because the game, I mean, unless you're doing like hardest difficulty stuff, most of these games will give you enough health to get by, unless you're just really bad at the game.
I do like to have one or two full heal items on me when I can.
Well, yeah, if I have none, I'll probably make one just in case, but usually I'll go ammo, because ammo is usually a scarcer resource than healing.
Yeah. The other thing to keep in mind, though, is that is that using herbs straight out as healing items themselves doesn't really do much for you.
No.
Can herbs be? Oh, you're talking about like without mixing them. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Anyway, we're about to fight a big ass monster, so I'm taking out my grenade launcher again. I'm ready. Oh yeah.
Next time.
Yeah. Oh, and they put another TV and cassette tape there, just in case you missed your chance to watch the Happy Birthday tape beforehand.